What up, everybody? It's Rob the Metal Guy coming back at you with another video here for the channel. Gonna be talking about a couple releases I recently purchased from Hells Headbangers. Came through the mail, got the order yesterday. So we'll be talking about that. And then later in the video, as you can see from the title, I'm gonna be venting my frustrations about my recent trip to Disney. It wasn't horrible, but there was a lot that definitely had me going, definitely get me wanting to rant and rave. But that's what it is, right? In life, nothing's perfect. You have your ups, your downs. And for me, there's always some crazy story, wacky story. But to me, that's living life. If everything's just perfect, fine and dandy, you have to question those motherfuckers, truckers. Excuse my, I'm gonna get demonetized, but I don't even monetize it anyway. I don't care. Those mother effers. Gosh, people that are, oh yeah, it was so pleasant. Yes, there were moments of the trip I didn't mind, but then there was a lot of stuff about that place. I'll get into that later on. I don't want to derail the video here right off the bat and go on the rant early. Let's talk about the music. Actually, speaking about the two releases I got from Hells Headbangers, I had done a video already. I had put it up, and I was actually doing an unboxing, which I'm sorry. I know a lot of YouTubers do the unboxing videos when they get orders, right? And they talk about it. And actually, I've seen YouTubers in the metal community that get their orders from Hell's Headbangers and they'll do an unboxing video. And for me personally, after I watched it, right after I had done it, it kind of took a little time. And then I said to myself, I just don't like seeing me cutting open the box, taking it out, doing all that stuff. To me, it's obnoxious, right? When I watch YouTube videos, people talking about their collections or their favorite albums, I want to see them holding the album, not messing around like I was, having to pull it out the box, open it up, and then you got to put the box away, and then you got to go after the video, cut the box up, and put it in your recycle. So I said, screw that. I'm taking this video down. I'm going to do another video the next day. So if you somehow were one of the people that actually saw the video yesterday, I didn't have it up for a very long time, and say, well, what happened to it? Why are you doing another one and talking about the same albums? That's because, like I said, I did not like seeing me cutting open the box and doing the unboxing videos. I don't know. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. When I watch it, I like talking about the music. I don't want to be sitting here cutting open a box and people having to watch that while I babble and struggle to, use my scissors to cut open the top. Some people, they use knives, right? They go, oh, I got my knife out. They got the Crocodile Dundee knife to cut open a box. Aye. Anyway, the two albums I got from Hells Headbangers, I didn't even realize this. Both bands are Finnish death metal bands. Didn't even think of it. Just were two releases that I've always wanted. Underground metal releases that I believe deserve a lot more respect than what they're given. To start, Depravity, Silence of the Centuries. I love this release. This was the first one I got yesterday. I opened it up after the video I had done, the unboxing failure video, I will call it. I put this on and I started listening to it because I really do enjoy this. You also have a Remasquerade is the other EP. So the first side is Silence of the Centuries, the EP from Depravity, and then you have Remasquerade. I like Silence of the Centuries because, to me, and just look at this album artwork right there. You gotta get in and look at that album artwork. That is awesome. And then the music itself is very old school Finnish death metal, brutal to the bone. Creative riff ideas, though, right? What they're coming up with, very unorthodox style, extreme sounding riffs. The vocals, downright all, heavy as hell sounding, just gruff. No apologies, right? No remorse, just has that sound. And that's what I love about Finnish death metal. And I've talked to people about this. Yeah, Swedish death metal, highly influential. So many bands you could list. I mean, old school death metal from, America, the Florida scene. But in Finland, I have to tell you, the late 80s, early 90s, you have quite a few acts that were just delivering. And Depravity, this album, in my opinion, it was the EP, Silence of the Centuries, which I've listened to on YouTube for years. Very hard to find physical copies. So when I saw that Hells Headbangers had this available, I believe Dark Descent was the one that put this out, and another officially licensed by The Crypt. So cool to see this album finally get reissued. You get some lyrics here, or actually this is the description I believe one of the members from the band wrote, and on this side you actually get Silence of the Centuries, the lyrics, which is really awesome. You get some band photos, some artwork from when the EP was released. Depravity, Silence of the Centuries right up there. That's cool. And then this was a colored variant. They had just the regular black, but I decided to get it. I don't think there was much difference in cost, so I said why not. It's all about the music for me. But this kind of blue purple I thought was interesting. And it fits with the album cover, so there you go. But Depravity, if you have not checked them out, I would recommend first off listening to Silence of the Centuries. If you're into old school sounding death metal, just brutal, catacomb crushing style of extreme music, you're gonna love it. So check it out though. Really good release. Put that backwards. Get this. See, this is what I don't like about videos, when people are messing around, myself included. Actually, opening up a box and doing that is just, like I said, it was just ridiculous. And Hells Headbangers, I gotta give a shout out. They do a great job packaging, so I never have to worry about my releases getting damaged. But if you're gonna do one of those unboxing videos, you're going to be taking your time opening it up because they do such a good job protecting your releases, which is a good thing. I got to give Hells Headbangers that. You know, unfortunately, there are some places I've ordered, Amazon, those people, who just, sometimes you'll get a CD and it looks like the CD owed somebody money and got its butt handed to it, you know, got a good ass kicking. So anyway, got to give it to Hells Headbangers. Great job protecting the music. But Depravity, check it out, Silence of the Centuries. And the other band, another Finnish death metal band, very iconic, a band that if you're a fan of Finnish death metal, I'm sure you've heard of, extreme music, Sentenced. And what I love about this is it's supposed to be Shadows of the Past, but this is the original artwork, and it says just Shadows of Past. And to me, this is the artwork that I first saw when I heard this on YouTube long ago. And so this album cover is just, to me, so important, right? I love it. You want to check that out? Gosh, it's such a cool album cover. Also, the band logo for Sentence right here. That's just that logo right there. A lot of bands I feel have stolen that idea, kind of, and taken. It's so cool looking. But love this. Again, great guitar work on this album. Very creative. The band, very unbelievably talented. And in that vein of just old school death metal, you could hear where they were influenced by bands like at that time, like Death, Morbid Angel. But I just like the direction where they took it. This is their debut album too. Sentence later on with their releases kind of got into a little more technical death, even kind of progressive, gothic style metal, death doom. They really deviated from this first album, in my opinion. The second album, North From Here, is okay. I actually don't mind the second album. It's the other releases after that. I know they also reissued this album with different artwork. I remember I saw it, and I was not going to purchase that. I mean, for me, I wanted the album because I love the songs, but also this release right here to me is just, you know, seeing this cover, listening to this music the way it's supposed to, the whole package of it all. Just really glad that Hells had a copy. And I believe Cosmic Key Creations is the one that did the reissue of this. You get the lyric sheet, the band photo, which is really cool. That's when you know somebody does a good job with their releases here. They got the band photo. And then let me pull this out to show you. I think it's on smoke colored vinyl. There you go. I think they still have some available at Hells if you're interested. I definitely recommend it. So Sentenced, Shadows of the Past, but like I said here, it just says Shadows of Past. I believe that might have been a misprint when it was originally first released. Or they decided to just leave out the word the. Don't really know. I know there's actually like a story somewhere I read about it, so that's how I know. Anyway, those are the two releases. Shout out to Hells Headbangers. Thank you very much. Always taking care of the music, and also the unboxing video I did yesterday. I'm glad I just wanted to get rid of that and just focus on the music, not sitting here cutting up a box and taking its stuff out. I just, like I said, when I was watching it, I didn't like it, and it just all really annoying. There's something about it just, it didn't set well with me. See me cutting open a box and messing around, because when I watch those videos, it's sometimes I also say, it's like, why didn't you open the box first, then do the damn video? So no more unboxing video. The Rob the Mail guy is going to stay away from unboxing videos, because I don't like them. I'm sorry. I just don't. And yes, I just refer to myself in third person. So there you go. I'm like The Rock, but I'm not on steroids. Anyway, let me give a shout out here quickly before I get into my rant about Disney. Pale Cremation, they have a new video out. It's on their YouTube channel. I've talked about Pale Cremation before. Great band. Good friends with the mastermind behind it, Matt, the bass wizard, as I've known him, because he played in a band called Mournful Cries. Cool dude. And the new music he's working on, very much into the world of sci-fi, what's happening right now with kind of manipulation, corporations, and the advertising and the digital world. Anxiety Hive Mind, this track that he's been working on before. He actually had the song before, and then he did the music video. But I just like where he's going with it, and I really do hope that he keeps it up, especially as the world keeps turning and getting crazier with politics, corporations, and there we go. Segue into, speaking of corporations, damn, that Disney, they are some shady, corrupt mother truckers. So my dad was lured into the whole, hey, look, there's a discount, which in the summer, Disney wouldn't be offering discounts, right? You would think that in the summer, it's the busiest time of the year. They don't have to worry about getting people to the park. But no, they put on this kind of like show or this feel when they were advertising that, hey, we're trying to get people to show up, here's some discounts. Hey, if you're a Disney card holder, it's Disney Chase card. It's a perfect opportunity to get 10% off. All these things to entice people to want to show up. And I thought, okay, I had the vacation already scheduled and the family, and said, hey, let's all go. First off, in the morning when my nephew went to Starbucks, I just have to bring this up, or actually my dad went to get my nephew his hot chocolate, right? Because we decided to get all the drinks before we hit the road, get our coffees. Nephew gets his hot chocolate, right? My dad comes home, gives my nephew the drink. Excuse me. My nephew was about to put it in the microwave. You open up the lid, and it's green. It looked like green vomit or like green tomato soup. And my nephew's like, what the hell is this? And I even said, did the hot chocolate go bad? No. The barista instead gave my nephew hot matcha. Now, my dad, when he ordered it, I guess because we went back, because the Safeway Starbucks is not too far from where we live. So we were able to get back, and she understood. She goes, oh, I thought you said hot matcha. But then it was kind of like, you know us. Well, my nephew, out of all the orders, right, get hot, the order that, come on, it's usually is hot chocolate, is hot matcha. I think she was tired, she said, and I could understand. It was no big deal. But that was kind of like the start of the trip, like, okay, how is anything else crazy going to happen or silly? And sure enough, you get to Disney, and oh my goodness, that park, can I just tell you people, I have never seen so many fat, obese people on scooters. And I don't mind if you're on a scooter, you need one of those electric scooters because you have a serious health issue, like you can't walk, right? Like you really do have like a broken foot, or I guess you have arthritis or something, any type of ailment that I can actually understand, right? Like your physical health, like people that really have a serious thing. But if you're just a fat person and you're on a scooter because you don't want to have to walk, that's ridiculous. And I swear, I saw a lot of those people. They were just massive. And the worst part is, you'd see these fat ladies or fat guys driving those little scooters around the park, right, with the seat, and they'd be shoving churros in their mouth. They'd be drinking the sugary drinks. These people, they'd be going, ah, rah, rah, they'd be doing all that. They'd be eating the butter popcorn. And you wonder to yourself, how are you going to fit on a ride? I mean, some of these people, they couldn't fit on the Matterhorn. Those seats were so damn small. I bet you one of those fat people in a scooter, they try to get on the Matterhorn, they're going to get stuck. I mean, they made the Yeti on the ride look skinny. So it was pretty crazy there. And then the smell of dirty diapers. Oh my God, Disney needs to work on that. Because, a lot of these parents that bring their kids, Speaking of parents bringing their little kids, I hate those strollers. My nephew and I almost got run over by, I kid you not, it was a caravan of these parents pushing their kids in these massive, I call them the Hummer SUV demolition derby strollers because they're huge. Like, these are definitely not just like your old-fashioned little stroller to put the kid in, right? No, these things, especially the ones where it's 2 seats for you have 2 kids, those things are just, to me, like death traps. And the people won't slow down. Like, some of the dads, I've seen the dads especially, they'll come right at you. And my nephew and I, we were frozen. I had to hold on to my nephew, like, just stand still and hope we don't get run over. Because these people were crazy. They were like Tesla drivers. They had no regard for human life. They just were erratic to the point they didn't care what was going on. And that's the thing about Disney. There are a lot of selfish people. Then getting back to the dirty diapers. And that's another thing too. They need to have something where, it's like, here's a dirty diaper bin. So the workers can know, we got to get rid of this stuff first, or have some fragrance, right? Spray some Lysol too, make people coughing left and right. But with the dirty diapers, you need to be spraying something because it was smelling, especially in certain parts of the park. I'm talking, it was disgusting, that dirty diaper smell. And I don't want to be, little kids, they have to go in a diaper. I understand that. My nephew was little. He had to go in a diaper. We all had to when we were kids. But just the smell around the park. And then sometimes, I hate to say it, it wasn't the kids letting out the bad smells. Like on this one ride, we were waiting and I smelled something. I go, oh, I think there was a dirty diaper, thrown away recently in the trash over there. Oh, maybe a kid in line. I'm looking around at the little kids. No, the lady behind my nephew and I, sure enough, that lady, I think she might have crapped her pants. Because as we sat down on the ride and I could kind of smell, she goes to the worker like, I gotta get off. Or maybe she was about to, take a big crapper or something. But I'm just like, oh my God. Because the way she waddled out, out of the ride, she had to get off. She couldn't, at first I think my mom goes, I think she was just nervous. No, I think she had to go to the bathroom and she was holding it. That's how crazy this place is. And I mean, there were some enjoyable times. It's definitely, if you're not into the roller coasters, like my nephew, he had a tough time. Definitely was ghost white after getting on that Space Mountain, so I felt bad for him. Some people just aren't into the roller coaster stuff. I'm not a huge fan really either. I mean, I can do it, but if you're asking me like, oh, you want to go on the roller coaster again and again and again, no, I'm good, man. But some people, they love this, and some people, they can eat those sugary chocolate bars and chocolate covered fried pickles or something. There's a bunch of disgusting stuff too, the food. And mind you, I had some good food at times, like the ramen at California Adventure with the chili sauce actually was the broth. It was interesting. It was like ramen with a Spanish twist or something. I'll take it. It was different. Not bad. But I mean, there was some other stuff there. The turkey legs, you see people, gnawing on them, walking around the park, the Star Wars land, which was, I'll tell you one thing about that new Star Wars area. It's hot as hell, just like Tatooine. So they've got that right. And the poor workers, they look like the slaves in the Star Wars films. Like, they look miserable and depressed. I can see where those workers wanted a damn raise because of the crowds you have to deal with. The people, I mean, these people, I love it. They tell you in the morning, right, when they open the park, do not run to the rides out of the safety of the fellow patrons. You got these parents running and pushing the strollers, and it's mass pandemonium. It's like a Black Friday morning. So, as much as like you go to Disney, and I say this, you kind of have some fun. You also, though, feel like, man, I need a drink after all this, right? It's a total, I need to take a break, or like you're still getting over it, right? The shock of just like the crowds, the way people act and stuff. And to me, if you want to take a snapshot or really witness America's obesity problem, go to the Disneyland theme park. I'm sorry, it's sad. Like, even the security, like, that's another thing. I saw security people, I'm thinking to myself, how are you going to handle a bunch of people getting into a fight flipping out. Dude, you look like you need to lay off the cheeseburgers. Your belly's hanging on the table, right, where they move the little trays you put your items in. That poor guy, I don't see him being able to chase after a criminal. I'm sorry. He'd be lucky if he was able to run 4 steps, because he'd probably get tired. 4 or 5, then he's done. He's got to catch his breath. Also, the security was going through this one old lady's purse I saw online, right? They were really like, okay, open up this part, open up this. They're trying to be like they're really tough and doing their job. And okay, there was a little girl behind him. She went up and she grabbed the metal detector wand that they used to scan people, and she was playing with it. And I thought to myself, here it is, you guys are going after this granny, telling her to open up all these little zippers in her backpack purse. And there's a little kid playing with your freaking metal detector wand. Yeah, great. You guys are fully aware of the situation. Good job, Disney security. You know, Bob Iger, that CEO of Disney, he's a piece of shit. Let's all be honest. And the fact that also the Splash Mountain, I still don't get that. Oh, it's racist. Oh, you couldn't even tell me what was racist about it. You people just looked into something because you're all pissy. You're all a bunch of Disney little bitchy, these whiners. And Bob Iger, he's doing nothing to help the company. I still think the Disney Corporation is going down the toilet. And the park, like I said, for me, and I don't care, you know, I'm sure going to get a lot of dislikes because there's these blind, loyal Disney people eating their cotton candy, wearing their little Mickey Mouse ears, singing It's a Small World. Well, I could give a damn about your It's a Small World. You walk around the park and it's a unique fat people world. That's what I call it. And I'm just being honest. I mean, a lot of people may not like hearing it, but that's what it is. And I just don't see them doing much to change. They really need to, I think, do some kind of soul searching when it comes to the way that company's run and the way the parks run, right? Because you want to make it enjoyable for people. Yeah, you want to try to make everyone happy by bringing them all in, but you need some capacity limits. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to have to open up maybe some more stuff, or I don't know, spread it out. Because it's crazy the way it's designed currently. So yeah, that was definitely an experience. I thought I'd use this video to talk. If you're still watching, now you know about my recent my recent visit to the land of Disney, or the happiest place on earth. Which, I mean, I'm sorry, it's the truth. I know that the truth hurts. Someone's got to say something. I'm telling you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about the 2 albums I talked about early on, definitely feel free to leave a comment. Also, if you want to know, go to hellsheadbangers.com. It's actually Hells Headbangers, I believe, shop.com to check out releases like this. They have a ton of stuff too, so go give them a checkout, right? You know, go look at some of those releases. If you're a fan of metal, rock music, punk, you'll find a ton of different releases. So go do that. And yeah, if you want to add about your experience to the Disneyland, definitely do so as well. You know, I'd love to see that in the comments. All right, people, Rob the Metal Guy signing off. Thanks for watching. Later, everyone.